Yo, 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 welcome to Team RaddTitan, and we are doing the weekly collectors chat. We are back. It's been a few weeks off. Alex has moved house and now lives with Randy Bowen somewhere.
I'm in the Bowen bunker.
If you don't know already, so I'm George, Geo, and that is Alex over there. We're going to be running through the latest updates over the last. We've probably been off for around about a month. Alex has moved house. I've had a really nasty chest infection for the last 10 days, so I've been fighting that off. So forgive me if I cough occasionally. You just sworn within the first 31 seconds of this chat. Congratulations, you're.
I didn't think we were trying. I didn't think we were trying not to.
I thought we were trying to survive 3 minutes. How many is it? 3 minutes? 6 minutes?
We didn't say. We never said that today.
It's been the ongoing rule forever that we try.
No. It's 13 minutes. It's 13 minutes.
For free. Ever. The last 30 seconds. We're going to be talking about the latest crazy stuff that's going on with XM. Some of the videos and bits and pieces have been posted. Some of the talk coming out of there. We're going to be going over some of the Sideshow's reissuing. We call it that, lightly call it that, reissuing of statues and variants and scales, and re-releasing statues that have already been put out there. We're going to be talking about that. We will be fielding your questions as well. We'll be anything that you want to ask us, we're here for that. And if you want to support the channel, if you send us a super chat, that'd be great. But we'll answer your questions regardless, because that's just how we roll anyway. We're coming up to around 290,000 subscribers. So thank you, and God bless you all for your support. I want to just quickly, before we start getting on to what's been going on over the last week, I want to say a massive shout out to our sponsor of this chat, SpecFiction or SpecFictionShop, Todd Johnson. If you don't know him, check out his channel, check out his socials. He's the man you need if you want to catch up with anything, you want to grab something, you want to grab a pre-order or a piece you've been looking for a long time. He's the guy to reach out to. So mad love for them for sponsoring the chat this week. And Alex, how are you, man?
It's good. It's my birthday in like 2 days' time. So going to don't know what I'm actually going to do, but hey, we'll see what happens. I thought I'd throw that in there. But yeah, no, moved house, got everything all set up, like in the rooms they're meant to be, but I just need to kind of sort things out. I'm actually in the dining room area, so I'm not even in my office yet. My office is actually full of clothes, so we need to sort those out. We literally live in like heroin addicts at the moment. We literally got a mattress on the floor, and I was sleeping on that at the moment because when we were moving, I broke the bed frame, so that didn't go down too well.
Nice.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is we've got this like master bedroom, which is I think is quite impressive, and it's quite a decent size for UK. And we'd been in for a month, and we've probably only been up there 3 times because it needs to be painted and needs to have like wardrobes fitted and things like that. So we haven't had a chance to even go up there. So yeah, we're still settling and getting everything ready. But yeah. What about yourself?
Man, just getting by day to day. When you have kids and stuff and they go to school, my twins are at preschool. They just go like in the mornings and stuff to fuck about. Really, it's basically like fuck about and find out each day. So they do that, and then I've got a little one who's in like year 1, so my oldest son, and it's just like virus central, man. Autumn hits, and then all of a sudden it fucking plummets, bro, and everybody starts coming home. Everyone's got a cough, and there's temperatures that fly about. Before you know it, it's my first ever chest infection. I'm 42 years old. I've never had a chest infection in my life. This is the first ever one I've ever had.
I thought you had it because you always seem to be fucking ill.
No, I get throat infections quite a lot because I've got like, my mum had my tonsils taken out when I was young as well, which just didn't happen because it didn't make any difference because instead of getting tonsillitis, you just got laryngitis or pharyngitis, all that kind of shit.
God.
But yeah, this is the first one, so I've had a dose of 10 days of antibiotics. But in the meantime, I've got the faux bronze Loki in from David Cornetta, and which is really nice. These are Kuharic brothers sculpts are just like fucking nuts. I really love how interactive they are.
I didn't even know that was a character of his sculpt. To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
wasn't too
yeah,
sure about that.
yeah. But what I love is that every time I post something of theirs that's like Bowen or like old school stuff that they've done, they always respond, and they actually always give you little tidbits of like information regarding it. And he, when I shared it, he was like, that they sculpted it this time of year when they did it around the autumn
Oh,
time that they sculpted it. So I spoke to him, Brian a little bit, and he's just fucking awesome.
yeah,
They're
Brian.
just great
Brian
guys.
is Brian's the one you'll talk to. He's the social media guy.
He's good, man. He's really nice. But yeah, so Loki's come in the faux bronze one. Very happy with that, and the XM Mysterio repaint's in as well. I'm waiting on the Colossus, the one with the vest. I'm standing on the Sentinel head. That could be any day now. Knowing my luck, I'll head off to come and see you down at your fucking new house, and it'll arrive on the day I get in the car and drive. So I'm fucking jumping
Oh
on the
yeah,
motor, and I reckon I'll get the Ring doorbell alert telling me that there's a box there for me.
well, that's what always happens to your poor in-laws. They're always there when all the big boxes turn up.
Yeah, all the
So
fucking taxis come when they're here. They must think that literally every day something arrives. It's
yeah,
not the case. But whenever I
or,
fuck off somewhere, they all arrive. They all get it. Oh, and I got the Superman premium format exclusive, the OG, the original.
yeah,
Found that
yeah.
online. I was looking. It's always been a piece. I had the regular. It was the first actual Sideshow pre-order I ever got, and at the time, because obviously I was new, as a noob.
Stupid.
So I looked at it and I was like, I'm not sure I like that exclusive, like through the eye, the flame eyes and the laser eye thing. So I was a bit like, yeah, I'm just going to get a regular. And I don't think there was a difference in price. I didn't know.
No, at that point there wasn't.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that there was a difference in edition size. I didn't know that. I think it was just at the time, because it was brand, like I was new to the hobby in terms of pre-ordering stuff. Like I bought stuff, but I mostly bought stuff off like eBay and like from like shops and stuff like Forbidden Planet and other stuff. But
yeah.
it was my first like proper pre-order, and I don't think I quite grasped the fact. I obviously didn't read. I was obviously in a rush, so I kind of regretted that decision because I always, I quite like having the change out head. So I got the exclusive Superman
But there's
premium
only
format. The OG.
so that's like the second piece you've ever actually rejoined your collection with. Because but technically, does it count because you didn't have the exclusive before?
Yeah,
So
technically,
you've upgraded it by that.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you got rid of it with the goal to potentially get the exclusive in future. But the
yeah,
other one is Moon Knight, no?
yeah. Moon
Is
Knight
that the only
is yeah, I think it is. I think I'm trying to have a look around, but yeah, I definitely think it is. I don't think I've ever got anything twice. No, I haven't.
well,
Silly thing.
I've got several statues duplicated at the moment at my house. So yeah, I got the Wolverine premium format. I got the original one. I got the uh, Spider-Man comic exclusive, regular. Sorry, not the exclusive. And I had the Deadpool, red Deadpool. I had two of those at the same time. But yeah, let's see who we have in the house. So um, Shaznoza Shonyua, welcome.
You suck at murdering names, bro.
Oh yeah, go on, you go for it then.
Um, is that an X in there?
Yep.
Shinoza Shadiva. Shadiva. Yeah, Shinoza
Okay.
Shadiva. Yeah,
Okay.
not
Okay.
too bad.
Jonas Overman in the house. How you doing, Leon? Been a
Yo,
while. Hope everyone's
motherfucker.
good. Hope you're good. Alex has turned into Rasputin again. Rah
He
rah
fucking wishes.
Rasputin. Yeah.
He wishes Rasputin. He's
Um,
more like.
Mitchell Lawrence Ory, how you doing? Sigor, nice cup. Oh yeah, I didn't know it was actually showing the thing. Look. That's unintentional. Cross. Hey guys, how you doing?
Yo,
I actually read Hey guys anyway. He corrected himself. I received my Venom Rise today. I can't believe it actually came through. For a second, I thought I was going to get scammed. I don't. We're going to get onto that anyway. I won't go into that too much at the moment. But yeah, I actually got my Venom Rise upstairs, and I've had it for probably about 6 weeks, and I need to open it up. I haven't opened that yet. I
Yeah,
definitely enjoyed
you've got to really do it. I mean, it's the same with this Superman. I haven't opened it yet, and it's been I probably had it like about 2 weeks. I need to really
Yeah,
open it, make sure everything's okay. Because I did buy it off eBay, so if it's fucked, I'm gonna have to. It'll be a bit
yeah,
late.
yeah. I mean, that guy, I bought a couple of bits off him, and they've been quite dusty. So hopefully this, and that's got like that mixed media kind of
Yeah, I
material
just
that
get a microfiber cloth, boiling water, and I'll
yeah,
literally just
yeah.
fucking sponge bath it like prison wash. Don't worry,
Uh,
I'll sort out.
Amber JCG, how you doing in the house? Wicked Paul, Punisher XS,
Yo,
Pablo, how you doing? Good to
welcome,
see you
bro.
all here, guys. Cat that afternoon, gents. At least I get to catch the beginning of the chat before leaving for work. Hope all is well, both for you and your families. Hope you're good too. Hope your back's doing well.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate that.
Um, Mandrake, uh, hello Brazil. How you doing? All the way
Yeah,
from Brazil.
get in.
Welcome back, gents. Booker 81. Thanks, man. We missed it. Missed it, man. It's been a little while. A little while. John, why do people listen to you? Just here to say, to say you two fucks don't even buy anything. Block me now, pussies. Good for you, John. Good for you.
Buy anything. Buy anything like what?
Don't even buy anything. Yeah. Look behind me, Dick Splash. That's the last. Most of that's done in the last 6 months. So
Nah, I don't know, man. It's like, does that mean that if you don't buy the latest shit that they throw at you, that you're less of a collector? We sort of see the elitist sort of bullshit mentality there in that question, because it basically means if you're not getting the latest pre-order that people are flying at you, then your opinion ain't worth anything. It's interesting that, because you know what I mean. I was probably collecting statues when you were still inside your fucking dad's sack. So you know what I mean. I was in this game a long fucking while, so I won't worry, John. You don't need to buy the latest thing that everybody's throwing at you to be a collector, bro. You can go back and start diving into shit that was released 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Find some bargains, find some good shit. Try and look back and enjoy, because
uh,
there's loads of
so
gems.
it's like coming back now. So how can you speak on anything if you never see anything in hand? What
You
what
know
are
who
you
the fuck
getting?
you're talking to, bitch. You know what channel you're on? Yeah. You know that the two of us have been fucking around the world looking at this stuff. So shut your fucking noise before you irritate me.
Yeah.
Will you get up,
See,
get your channel sorted, you get flown all the way around the world, go looking at fucking stalls and stores and all the fucking exhibitions all around the world. You go do that, and then you have an opinion that's worth something. Understand that, John? Have a drink and chill out.
yeah. Maybe put some content on your channel before you even sort of come out of anything. Anyway, um,
That motherfucker's so lost.
yeah. Well, on that note, anyway, I'm going to be going to Hong Kong soon to go see some pieces,
Are
and
you? Are you going to see statues like in
I'm going to go
hand?
see statues, which are
Wow, we
actually
ain't done that before. Fucking
statues
hell.
that are very limited and other people probably won't see. But anyway, and they're going to
Where you
go
are?
to Singapore after that to see more statues.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
it's a
Fucking
weird
hell.
thing, isn't it? I've been told to be quiet. Getting too excited in here. Shut the door.
Yeah, you got a big house.
Shut
Go
the
in
door.
another room.
Shut the door.
Go on, tell me about this. Tell me about your trip, man, anyway.
Yeah. Uh, what? And
Mate, honestly,
stuttering. Enjoy the hobby for you not trying to make money, you peasant. You should kind of do an English class or something there, buddy. What's the t-shirt, Alex? Yeah, this is a Star Wars. I think it's Japanese. I'm going to go and butcher this, but yeah, it's
let's have a look.
potentially a Japanese Star Wars poster.
Like an anime sort
I
of
don't know.
style.
No. It's an original sort of poster of it. Um, well, I just walked into Geo, slapping the shit out of someone. Greetings. How you doing, Collector Sound? Good to see you in the
Welcome.
town. Uh, Yeah, you guys now going to the defunct XM offices? Maybe, yeah, maybe I'll go pick some stuff up cheap.
Might have to
Uh,
go get a little auction.
get a little auction going, go and raid them. Yeah, but yo, how you doing, Cole in the house? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, so potentially I might be going to Hong Kong for a One Piece show, and then
Nice.
uh, and then after that I will uh, potentially go maybe to China for a little while, see the pieces in Infinity Studios and Queen Studios, and then after that go across to Singapore to the Singapore Con. So probably see a good several hundred statues there. Yeah.
Well, make sure you come back with an opinion. What's the situation with you talking about like the end of the year? Is that what we're thinking?
Well, it's going to be from the end of November till the middle of December, but this time I might be back for your birthday.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
Well,
apart from
I should be getting some.
apart from the fact sometimes I'm quite far
I should
away
be.
from you
I
now.
should be getting some Godfather gifts this time. You know.
Well, Godfather gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or gift this time. But yeah, I hope you get back, man. But yeah, that's cool. You get. I mean, that stuff, Infinity Studio stuff and Queen Studio stuff, like especially the life size stuff. It just needs to be seen in person
Just
anyway.
these, yeah, I
Really,
mean, that's the thing.
really appreciate the qualities of it. It doesn't matter how good your camera is. Doesn't matter how good your lighting is. It really doesn't. I've literally I've seen these
Well,
things and
there's,
I've just been
there's
like, do you
that.
know what? Nothing I do, nothing, no skill that I have, nothing that I've got can make that look any better than how my eyes see it. And
Yeah.
that's the only proof that you can really say about them. Like, really, is the only thing you can say in pictures and in videos. If you're like judging it in any particular way, like is it a way not to buy it or to pass on it, I really wouldn't do that. And I wouldn't say that about most things, but honestly, that stuff you need to cast
The
your
only
eyes on it
way,
to
one
really
of the
appreciate it.
ways to kind of an extreme way to kind of explain it as well is like when you go to like the full moon party or something like that in Thailand, and the moon is like fucking like this huge fucking moon in the sky, like it's like ridiculous, like because the sky is so clear and it's just like the position of it. And sometimes you'll have it where it's like an orangey moon or whatever, and it looks crazy. And you're like, holy fuck, look at that! Take a picture of that. And then you take a picture of it on your phone, and you're just like, it's like this little tiny circle in the sky, and it just looks like you just can't capture it at all. And no matter what setting you do on your phone, you can't unless you do that bullshit AI thing with Samsung. But you can't do that with these busts. Even though, like in person, you can see all the blemishes, you can see the pores, you can see all the different color hairs, you can see like
Yeah,
the freckling. You can see like all these things. You can see like the flecks in his eyes. You can see like his eyes are white. They're like got bits of red where they, as you do, like pinks and whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You take that picture and it just looks like a lifeless thing, and you're just like, how the fuck can I not cap? You take another one.
You know,
You're
I
like,
always I found as well, it's like all of those things that you're talking about, right? When you're taking pictures, you're lucky if you can capture one of those like
yeah,
20 things. You're like, right, I can get in this picture, I can get the difference in hair follicles and sizes and probably a little bit of the contrast in colors, but everything else is lost. And then when you're doing the eye thing again, you get the eye part right, and then
very
all of the rest of
yeah.
the surrounding is lost. So it's like really fucking hard. Like when you look at it just in front of you, your eyes are capturing all of that all at once, and just no picture or camera just does that. So yeah, I'm excited for you to go, man, and see the latest shit they got going on over
Mary
there.
just said like a massive, like a picture of the kitchen window. There's a giant slug crawling down it. She just took a picture of it. Yeah. No, it's cool. I mean, a lot of the stuff I have obviously saw last year when I was there,
But there'll be
but it's
some new
always
stuff.
it's great to see the guys, always chat to them, see them all in person. Um, what I remember, I could just give a big shout out to Toy Quest 101. One of the things I did notice on when I've been very limited online. I
Yeah,
haven't got internet at the moment again, and I've literally only got my phone. What day is it today? It's Wednesday
got
today.
it.
Yeah,
You got it.
yesterday
It's
morning.
Wednesday. You got it yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday morning. So literally, I've been without internet and without mobile data for a month. And the things that did pop up when I walked the dog and like reloaded my Facebook, and Toy Quest 101 just did so much work to bring a lot of people together and do a lot of meetups and do things like that at New York Comic Con. And just a huge shout out to him just for going out of his way doing that, because I've done some things like that in the past, and he's done it on a bigger scale. And just to try and get like a little group of people together is a
Oh,
nightmare. Trying to
yeah.
accommodate to everyone, trying to you know try and do this for that person, that for this person. Oh, this person don't talk to them, that person. When you're trying to do it, it's a nightmare. So yeah, great work to him, and we got to get him on the chat one day. We'll definitely.
Yeah.
We keep
Happy
promising
to.
him, so we'll see him out one day. I did actually go on a chat with him just before I moved,
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah.
yeah, those are the guys who make the Batman vehicles, and I just jumped on there when I had like an hour free while I was moving, and it was good to go on there. It's weird being on there and it's such a big group though, because I'm used to being on the chat and used to being pulling up pictures and doing everything. Just sit back and just kind of wait is it's quite tough actually. It's really
Yeah.
tough.
It's hard when you're not the puppeteer in it. It must
Yeah,
be
yeah.
challenging.
So then let's go here. Who we got? Cameron Lutz in the house. How you doing?
Yo, man.
Uh, Pablo, you didn't return my message, you fuck. Joking. Messaged you yesterday, but yeah, we'll chat later. I've been waiting. XM is done. Shit. But we'll go on to it. We'll go on to it. We're trying to keep it a bit more structured. Looking forward to seeing those One Piece statues. Pre-ordered the Jamie Kataru. Uh, Katakuri?
Happy Fury.
Katakuri? Katakuri? Yeah, okay. I'm the worst person for them to take to a fucking One Piece thing to announce all these names. I done it. Do you know what I did last time? I was well smart last time, which isn't like me, but I was well smart. What I did was they had Safreya and this other lady, Leah, and I went up to them and I thought to myself, I don't know any of these One Piece characters. I don't know any of these Naruto characters. I
Mm.
know very limited Dragon Ball Z, and what I'll do is I'm going to get these two women to be on my do the tour for me, and then they can talk about the pieces that because Safred did all the concept stuff for
Yeah.
a lot of them, so they know the characters, and then the Leah lady, she took over and she was amazing. She knew everything. She knew the characters. She knew the lure, and I was just like, awesome. I'm gonna stand back here.
Something very
Tyler,
sexy about knowing about like a woman that knows stuff.
yeah. Well,
And it
Tyler
doesn't matter
was
what it is. It really it doesn't like I've come to the conclusion it really doesn't matter what it is.
yeah.
So it doesn't
But
matter. If
when
you like
educated,
a master, if you like fucking know about Meccano in a
yeah.
really, really high detailed way, I'll just get hard. I just don't care. If you talk to me about something and you're really knowledgeable and passionate about it as a woman, it's a real fucking turn on for me, like big
Yeah.
problems. So I like, you know what I mean? I like to keep myself around stupid people, especially with these stupid women who don't know anything is much better for me because I'm just like, yeah, I just fuck off. But
I
if
know.
they just
So
like, oh, I
the
know all the stuff, it's just like, whoa.
well, that's what happened. That Leah lady took over, and then Tyler basically was doing the filming. And I just stepped back, and I was like, "All right,
Go get a copy.
cool, yeah, just stand here." And Tyler's well getting into it all now. Tyler's getting into the filming big time, man.
Good man.
He's doing a lighting course and he's doing an editing course at the moment. And he
Yeah, I
just
love that
bought a
guy.
new
So
video camera as well. And he actually said he wants to put some reviews together and he wants to put them on our channel. And I said,
brilliant.
yeah, man, do it, do it. Because originally I was like, oh, you're going to set up your own channel. I'll help you set up your own channel and do this thing. He goes, no, no, not at all, not at all. I'll do a few videos. We'll stick them on yours, and then that's it. I was like, awesome, we'll do that. Um, Top Chippy picked up the LBS off of Chris Hayward. Great statue. Best I've picked up since XM Scorpion in terms of excitement, quality, and statue goodness. I've got
your
that
pictures.
piece.
Saw your pictures, man. They
Yeah,
look great. To be fair, and your setup is clean as fuck. So, congratulations. And that's an epic piece for sure.
yeah. I've got the green one, the Kirby green one, and um, it's really fucking up my display. It's I'm literally
Is
talking
it
to
in?
this guy
Have you got
about.
it in the house? Have you got it there?
No, I haven't got it yet. I
But
haven't
you're
got it yet.
thinking about where the fuck you're going to put it.
No, I'm in talks with this. We'll talk about it in the future, but there's basically Modu Space will be having a UK and European distributor, and I've been chatting with them quite a lot about stuff, uh, giving them some pointers, and basically the guy is kind of helping me design my room. So we're kind of going around working out best use of space and obviously which piece to put where. Um, I think I'm going to have to put some stuff in this area here, but don't tell Mary yet. I think some of
Secret
the
safe for me, man.
I think
Honest with you,
she likes
go
the
on.
Bowen stuff. She does like the Bowen stuff. So what I might do is they do these like 6 scale setups, and I think all the Bowens would go in there. But there's like one of them where it's like 220 wide, and the end section you can adjust the shelf. So literally all of them are about I think they're 45 centimeters. So you put
Yeah.
pedestals like along the back, and then what you would do is the adjustable shelf in the top left corner. You would lower that, and you put my Galactus bust. So I have all the Galactics along the top, and then kind of
Mhm.
work your way down. Uh, Try and do it in a way where you got like Galactics and then street level, and it kind of
It's
fit
like
in the middle.
fucking rain. It's like Rain Man talking now. Rain Man.
Well, no, because the main point about it is the sideshow Galactus is going to be one of the main parts in there, and I kind of want that with them, and I want that like top left, so it kind of is a big focal point. So it's still working out, but
But
yeah,
for
trying to work out.
this guy's standards, in fairness, I mean, they're pretty high standards. You know, best is picked up since XM Scorpion. XM Scorpion's a fucking grail piece. It's great. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful, beautiful piece.
I did
You know,
regret selling that,
sculpted
but I
by
think
Caleb Nefson. It's really, really great switch outs and good options on that. It's a really fucking nice
yeah.
piece.
No, I mean, yeah, it's one of the ones I sold, but just because it got to a point where it was like just
Yeah,
going
the
for a
money's
bit too
worth
much
more.
money, and I just thought, you know what, I like it, but he is still it's a nice piece, but it's still a B-list character, in that element. So for me, it was just like
No, you're very good at that, though. To be honest, in
I think it was
fairness
like
to you, you are
2,000,
very,
like two thousand
you
two
are
hundred
very good
pounds.
at that. You know when to sell. I think you
Yeah,
have this little Judah thing inside you that basically, when it's at the highest that it's probably ever going to be, you sell it. You did the same with XM Magneto. It was at the
I
highest
knew, I knew.
it's ever
Yeah,
been,
yeah.
and that's when you sold it. So
How
you're
then
very
with
good
the
at that.
guy?
You're very, very good at that. I really am not good at that at all as a two
I nearly
sentiment.
got. I actually passed it on to that Han Christian Anderson guy, and the some guy in Malta contacted me, and I was going to go to a convention within the next month, and I was going to meet Robert England, and I think I put up a post to say I'm going to get my base signed by Robert England, and that was always the plan. Um, I forgot to do it in the end. But what happened is the guy basically was saying to me, I want that base," and I said, "Look, I kind of want it for myself, but you know what? Um, we'll talk. I've actually got someone who I know who's got it signed already, and I spoke to him. So I spoke to Han, and he basically turned around and goes, "Oh, it's not for sale." So then I told this guy, going, "Oh, it's not for sale. Um, but let me see what I can do about whether I'll do my one or not." Because it was a bit like I wasn't sure if I was going anywhere else. And then he goes, "Tell that guy I'll give him €3,000." And I was like, "Okay." So I said to Christian, I was like, "Yeah, you give you €3,000." He's like, "I'll box it up." And then they got talking, and Christian had a Jason, I think, signed by possibly Kane Holder, and he basically said, "I'll give you another 3 grand for that." and I don't think that went through. And I think then basically Christian bought another one and got it re-signed, for a fraction of the price. But yeah, that was pretty good price. After that, the guy was selling all his stuff well cheap. I think he fucked up. Let's just go through these comments quickly. Infinity Studios Naruto, Kudira versus Hiroshima statue showed with Wonder Fest this year. Absolutely graphed me. Take pictures. Hopefully, I'll get to see it. Yep. Dark Cross saw Infinity Studios Wonder Woman in person. She has tiny hairs on her arm, moles, paws, so realistic in person. These wax figures look so bad in comparison. That's something I said, which is like the waxwork stuff. They must cost an absolute fortune to produce, and to get them done, because it's like this elite thing that people are doing it and whatever else. But then to have something that is mass produced in China that trumps your piece, and you can just pick out for, what is it, like $4,000? That is quite embarrassing for them. And there is a guy actually who, I think it was the Infinity Studios once, the Superman, the Batman, and the Wonder Woman, and he made legs for them. So he made them into full bodies. He fucked up though, because he made Cavall's legs like well skinny. It was like what's his name? Stuart Murray was showing them. Agreed. Must see statues in person to fully capture the art and the presence. 100%. E-Man, hello everyone. How you doing?
Yo.
Is that Devilman? Oh no, it's Venom. Sorry, got excited there. Cameron, let's
Venom
just get
300, isn't it?
the XM Wolverine X-Force is phenomenal. Glad you like
nice
it, man.
piece.
Glad you like it.
I like that piece.
Can't
Nice
remember
piece.
can't remember if I've seen that in person or not.
You have.
I can't remember liking it though.
Yeah, I don't think I think
Uh,
you shouldn't get past the colours. The X-Force, the greys.
yeah,
You're like, it's a
yeah.
nice piece, but it's like greys. It's not like classic Wolverine for you, is it?
Mitchell, I'm very familiar with the One Piece, Naruto, and Dragon Ball Z. If they have any One Piece TCG promos, grab a handful. They always go to the moon. I'll grab whatever. Have a little goodie bag. Hey gents, how you doing? Dirty Alfred. How you
Thanks,
going?
brother.
Adwalk morning from Oz. Great to finally catch up with you guys. Saw your his display is just crazy as well, because he's got the grey one and the green literature piece. Hulk. That's Steve, not Pasquale, but he's got that kind of name.
Yeah.
Do you know the one?
Yeah.
Gabriel Gutierrez, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Pascalino or something. Yeah, he's got like
Yeah.
sort of wicked setup.
Ryan VegTech, how you doing? I think that's Jimmy Katsu Curry. Not sure that's. Hi from Puerto Rico. How you doing, Dennis? Nice to see you.
Welcome, brother.
Dennis, Sideshow Weapon X tank or custom? We got pictures
Good
of the Weapon
question.
X actually. To be honest with you, I don't think the custom did the tank very well, and I don't think I do think people have done it where they've stuck bubbles and stuff on there and does improve it a little bit, but still, I think Sideshow have done a really good job. I think Sideshow have actually done a really good job. I need
Still
to see how
missing
the
something
production.
though. That piece.
Well,
Sideshow
it's
piece is
missing.
still
It's
missing
missing the
something.
tank. It's missing
Yeah,
the whole tank.
that's the
It's
point.
like
It looked.
it's the custom is missing the water element, and it's got the tank, but then Sideshow is missing the tank. Sorry,
Mm.
yeah, and he's got the water element. So it's kind of a bit of
Yeah,
there
but you
needs
see,
to be.
that I don't think those two can work in. I don't think they can work together. Because if you have it in the tank and you have them water elements in it, it's just going to look weird. It's going to look like, well, where's the rest of the fucking water? Why is there bits of water? It looks strange.
Well, it was kind
I
of
don't think
meant to
that
be
works.
bubbles, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I thought it was meant to
but
be
it
bubbles.
doesn't. It is, but it doesn't work. If you put a tank over the top
Yeah.
of Sideshows, I don't think it works. And I think if you put all that sort of shit inside the custom, I don't think it works. I think there's this grey area, which is you either imagine the water when you look in the tank because water's clear. You put the bubbles on and that fixes it. And that's Barbara that did that. Barbara and her husband, they did that. So
Yeah.
they come up with that idea and everybody's copied that idea. And that's a really cheap and easy fix. That's brilliant fix. Yeah, the custom for me. I don't like the I hate the fucking unmasked portrait as well. I hate it. I don't like that portrait of what's on it. I like the masked one, and I think they've done a good job considering how minimalist it is, because it's been very minimalist. But I still think you walk in, and if you don't know, you're a bit like, what's happening there? Is he drowning? Like, is he under the sea? What's going on?
Well, it is always the same kind of element as the old Sideshow Crystal Lake Jason. Where he's got the chains around his neck and he's floating. It kind of like when you see it, you're like you can see all the seaweed like moving around, like in like an
The real point of this question as
but then
well,
you
which
look
is
at
an important one, is that custom's really expensive.
Yeah.
Versus Sideshows, the price difference is probably half, if not maybe a third. Because I swear to God, that
I
custom
would
was like
say,
$2,000.
well, to get that custom now is probably 2-3 grand. Sideshow is going to be, well, actually,
700.
Sideshow's up for sale now, isn't it? Sideshow's up there.
Got to be like 700, like 650.
Oh no, it's not up for pre-order yet, I don't think.
No, I don't think it's priced yet. Still leaks.
Someone's selling the ATF one for £2,500.
Yeah, I think it was
also
about $1,500. I think it was about $1,500 to like get, and then I think like on the shipping on top of it, your investment's close to $2,000.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
I don't quote me on that.
Steven's saying, thanks for your knowledge the other day. You helped me out perfectly, Geo.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
How you doing, Darren in the house? How you doing, my man? Aussie game collector, Judah. Yeah. Toy Quest 101, just stopping by to say what's up, boys. Oh, you missed your we were saying good words about you. I was anyway.
We're going to get you on, bro. We're going to get you on in the next couple of weeks. Once we've got a secure internet for Alex, we'll get you on.
Yeah.
100%.
You're going to get loads of anime stuff to look at. Yeah. Anime stuff is a good stuff to put up anyway because you get loads of views for those. What event? It's not an actual event. It's not like a public thing. It's actually a license thing. So it's Toho, which is the licensor for One Piece, Toho, and they're doing an event, and then it's for like celebrities and influencers and stuff, and then basically I have to do a little presentation on stage and introduce me up on stage. I got them to change the speech, by the way, and I got them to add some words about you in there. You didn't mention like you on one part because they do, and it sounds a bit weird because it's like it's in Chinese and they're not auto translated into English. So you read it and you're like, that doesn't sound right, And then I said, oh, I can't remember. I changed. I'll send it to you later anyway. And I added you in there. He said, I think I made a joke about like you got the worst half of RaddTitan. So I can't remember what I said now, but yeah, something like that. Darren, what's up, lads? Hope all is well. Random question, Gio. What's the best painted piece Alex has ever had? Off the top of your head, same question for Alex. Well, I guess for Gio. Best painted piece, which you mean custom painted? I've only ever done a couple, and I gave it to Gio.
I could be right, kind of, and say the negatives on Spider-Man that I've got looking at me, but that's so spiteful.
No, I mean, I don't know what was happening there. I think I was going through some emotional trouble going through breakups, and George took advantage of me. That's what I'm going to go with.
There's been so many pieces Alex has had over the years that has like blew my fucking socks off.
Yeah, but
he's had so many.
Is he talking about like custom painted? Because he says, "What is the best painted piece?"
I don't know. I mean,
talking about what's the best
license kind of
or best pieces painted. Do you know what I
mean? I think I'm going to have to just go with the random, just like not a fan, like not custom painted. I think I'm going to take the question as like, what's the best painted statue I've ever seen of yours? I know this sounds terrible. I actually really like that Guyver by Prime One. I hate Prime One. I really like that Guyver piece. I think it's as close to perfect as a statue in terms of Guyver can be. I think it's pretty
Either
close to
sure.
perfect.
Yeah.
That was a
They
really
fucked up either 3 for sure.
I really don't like Prime One's paints like in general, and I think he got the Guyver piece in, and I was there, and we unboxed it, and I remember I was a bit like, oh no, their paints are fucking dull. This is going to be a fucking car crash. And because we'd seen all the sort of Batman stuff, at the time, all the Batman, seen Batman stuff.
I had the
Arkham
Batman,
the fucking
the Arkham
paints
Batman, and I had the Deathstroke, and the Arkham
Deathstroke
Batman never came out of the
bad
box.
fitting, but I remember when I got that out, I was a bit like, wow, and I really liked the Conan Fury of the Beast exclusive of Black Ape instead of the White Ape. I liked the White Ape a lot because it had all the pinks and the sort of purples.
Well, it also adds quite a lot of transition.
That was a stand back and whoa sort of moment as well at the time. You get these moments. I mean, you got to remember, like me and Alex, it's nearly 20 years, so you have so many of them. But that was a big
trying
moment.
to think on I don't like from getting something out of your side. Okay, it's been so many, isn't it?
It's really hard, man.
It is really hard. I'm trying to think. It's just you've sold so many good pieces as well.
Fuck you.
No, well, yeah. I have to think about it. I don't know because there's so many. I mean, obviously that Hulk transformation. I do love Hulk transformation, and that's probably one of the ones out of your whole collection that I would want to pick up. Is Hulk transformation one day. I just don't want to pay that price for it,
Yeah, it's expensive. It's about 2.5 G's at the minute.
Yeah, so and I had Magneto, I've got Cable. Do you know the funny thing? Shit, this is a whole. Sorry, change the subject slightly just for a second. When I was moving all my boxes around, I can't find my Sideshow Cable.
Really?
I don't remember selling that.
It's a massive box.
Is it?
You should have that. It's a big box.
Shit. God.
You ain't sold that, have you?
I don't remember selling it, man. I'll tell you what, if anyone listening, if you've got the Sideshow Cable, send me a picture of the shipper. Because I was looking for it the other day, because the other thing that made it worse was I found the fucking box with 2 arms in there.
Yeah, you got the 2 gun arms, didn't you?
The one we had the fucking argument about, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that piece no more. That's well funny.
Well, no, that was
I think I can answer Alex's question probably for him. I think Lobo was a moment because he went up on board, and he's never done that. I think it'd probably be between the Hulk transformation and the Lobo. I think the Lobo was. I remember he fucked off. He got up and just fucked off.
I was in the toilet with the fucking pre-order it.
Yeah, he just
Sideshow
in the middle of unboxing
sure.
it. I was like unboxing it, giddy as fuck. I was like, wow, this is something.
No, but you were fucking up with the belt. You were messing up with the belt. You were using the belt for fucking 15 minutes, and I said, "Oh, let me go take a shit." And then I was on my Sideshow, fucking pre-ordering it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Lobo. Yeah, good call, man. Yeah. What's up, guys? How you doing, Rambo? You figured out the thing yet? Nah,
I was sure it was Gambit. I was sure
that was actually a really good call because that's one of the only ones where there's like a human finger that's straight.
Yeah, because
a lot of the other ones
listening. I thought it was
with the cards.
It's got 2 dark, 2 black fingers and 2 fingers
yeah.
either side. I was sure it was
I was going through him, and most of them were got gloves or got something. No, I can't. I'm hoping it's basically because. Yeah, but I'm hoping it's not mine. I'm hoping it's where the guy had them stored, and he's taken some out and whatever else. Because I literally went through them all, and I'm like, all the ones that were in that box. Funny enough, that box was full of empty boxes because all the stuff was on the shelf. So when I'm looking at all of those, I'm like, oh no, it's going to be original Gladiator because he had his arms up, and I couldn't see his hands because of the discs go over there. No, he's got silver gloves.
It's silver gloves.
Yeah. And I go over to
Yeah, but
Johnny
just to
Storm.
give you guys a
Johnny
little
Storm,
bit of
what do you guys think of
perspective,
this?
right?
Yeah, sorry.
Just to give you some perspective on this. When I went round to Alex's house, and I've been around a few times, his old house. He showed me the fucking the Johnny Storm loads of times. Like, this is really
yeah, the
good.
finger missing.
And
He did actually have
and
the
then
finger
it
missing.
had like a finger
And the
missing, like
flame.
a big
And the
ball
flame.
of flame missing on it. And I was looking at it, I was like, something ain't right with this. This don't look right. I said to Alex,
Yeah, but
like,
you
it's missing.
no. It wasn't that time though, because you saw it. I
No,
think you
the time
saw
you
it.
got out and you gave it to me was the time that
Okay.
I noticed. I was like, isn't he missing a finger? And you were like, is he? And I was like, anyway, have something in
Do
his
you know
hand.
what? Do you know,
And you're like,
literally
that's
in
he.
my head,
That's like,
in my head, I was like, that cunt broke it. I was like, going, that fucking cunt broke it, right? And I'm like, all right, I kind of walked off, right? I literally got my phone out on the sly, and I'm going through the fucking parcel, and I'm like, that motherfucker. He's such a sneaky fucking dirty cunt. And I go through it. I go to the actual sale where I bought it, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's missing on this. I was
that's so
well like
fucking funny.
suspicious of you. I was so suspicious of you because you did it in a really weird way. Like the way you said it, you almost had like a guilty look on your face. But I don't know. Maybe it was just
You
the
know what
fact
it
that you.
was? I did
I
have
think
the
it was
guilty.
more.
I didn't want to tell you. I did. I just didn't want to, because like you hadn't noticed and you were like happy with it, and it was this that horrible moment like with your friend who's like, "This is really good, isn't it?" Like, they did this. I'm looking at it, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, the paint's really." I'm like,
Was I
it
one of
looks
those?
like he should have something in his fucking hand. Like, what's
I
that? And
guess.
then I started looking.
I guess I know now how Gary feels every time he brings a statue around.
Yeah,
you know, Gary, you do know like Doctor. What's his name? Red Skull's got half of the fucking step missing. Is he?
yeah.
Is he? God. Talking about setting pieces. If you have, selling, I think, guys, selling pieces. If you had an XM Scorpion, what would you sell him for? £2,000 minimum, £2,000 minimum at the moment.
Yeah.
I've seen him listed for more. Chris Hayward listed his for £2,500.
Yeah.
Overall, I like the sideshow better than the custom. I like bits about both of them as hard. Get to the
It's fun.
chopper. I haven't seen you for a
Oh,
while. Um, when the lights are on, the custom Weapon X looks like he is in the club hanging from the ceiling.
yeah, I'm not convinced about the lights personally myself. I think the
Yeah,
bubbles and no lights is the answer to that
yeah,
sort of like how that looks. But to be honest with you as well, I mean, people have like repainted it as well.
yeah,
It was a tad hairy, so they're like neither of them are perfect. You know what I mean? Neither of them are perfect. I think budget's going to play a big part in it,
no,
and
sure.
just, and how you like, what you display that sort of Weapon X with, I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Um,
sort of almost a standalone. I think.
we'll let you know, Miguel. We'll let you know. I saw some XM Wolverine Weapon X like looking like he got in the golden shower, clear resin to simulate the wetness effect turning yellow. Apparently, yeah, it can happen. Yeah, it can happen. And
Yeah.
I got to get my one out of the box soon, and it'll probably be the case. I mean, I do remember when I boxed it up, though, I did snap one of the glass bits off. So we'll see how that looks. The pearlescent green paint on the XM Scorpion is stunning. Yeah, it's an amazing
Yeah,
piece.
it really is. It
Really
really
nice.
is.
Have you ever, for the crack, brought a couple of cheaper unpainted statue kits and seen which of you two can paint the best statue? We should do a video on that, shouldn't we? I don't know if we've got the time, though, have we?
Both be shit. They'd both be
Both.
absolutely shit. I
I
think I'd do a
remember
better job though.
the closest we ever did to that was the video, which I think we deleted, but I do
Sculpt.
think I actually put it unlisted, was because that
We just
guy,
venom
Tony Fenner, he basically said if we still had it because he said he enjoyed watching it. That's what actually got him back into sculpting. But
Yeah.
there's one where Geo and I we go to a studio. We both get like given a ball of not clay but something else, and it's really hard. It's really like you have to warm it up for ages. George gave up well quick, and then I started
Yeah.
doing it. I started trying to do like a Venom head, and it started off all right, and then it just went downhill fast after that. But so I won that one.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you won that one.
uh, what's up, Danny Lee? How you doing? Hey, Vass, how you doing, man?
Yo,
Sorry,
man.
Vass, I saw your message. I replied to you, man. I'm rude. I've moved now, man. I've moved. We'll have to sort something out. What do you guys think of the Sideshow Wolverine Berserker piece? The 1/3 scale one, there's, I believe.
I think that's fucking awesome.
I think
that's
it's good for the
Wolverine.
price as well. I think it's good.
One of the best looking Wolverines that Sideshow have ever made. And
Yeah.
it's probably one of the best looking Wolverines out there.
Yeah.
In my life, like just my personal feelings, there's three Wolverines that really, really fucking are my style. One is the Ithaca, a sort of yellow suited one. Huh?
Is it Wolf Killer?
Yeah, Wolf Killer, yeah. There's that one. The other one is the one I own, which is Tiago Pravin's brown suited Wolverine, where he's over the grave, standing over the grave, and sort of like he's like got his claws down.
Yeah, but that's called something as well. What's that called?
I think that's called like Berserker Wolverine. I think that's like
Berserker.
It's just found on Tiago Pravin. It's very rare. There's about 20 of them. I own that piece. And then the other one is that 1/3 scale one. I think that 1/3 scale one's I think it's fucking brilliant. I'm a big fan like me.
Yeah, it's nice. Nope, neither of us picked up the Fastball special. I do really want to see that in person, though. I do really want to see that in person.
I don't like it all.
I do find that thing though weird about lobbing them.
I don't like the hand. The hand thing really bothers me a lot.
The gauge. Or the Sideshow do that gauging things when someone's
going to
throw something.
Thing where it's like they turn it, and it's a bit, I don't know. I've just never seen anybody. I've seen like, I do watch it, the Olympics before it went all fucking weird. But before that, I watched it every year, and you use your arm. I understand you use your arm, but you don't.
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Never seen that before. So it's just not. I just don't. I'm not a fan. What's this?
Right. So this is going into the pictures. I just wanted to put this one in there because this is always one of my worst nightmares. Is I seeing a fucking hole like that. Look at the size. I literally like a big chunk out the corner of my box when I got delivered.
Oh shit!
Can you see the hole in the box?
I can.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it.
So basically, I picked up the talking about the Guyver pieces. I picked up the Guyver Gigantic.
Yeah.
So this was in the corner of the box there. Luckily, this is one of those ones we were talking about where they do the polystyrene underneath between the art box and the box, and then they do the corners, which actually I think causes this problem more because it's more chance of the actual box to get damaged.
Yeah,
and I think there is that kind of like idea of when you then have a box that's got damage like this, then the courier is going to be a bit more fuck you about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's one of those things about if the box is already fucked, he's going to be fuck it, chuck it around a bit more. So whereas this kind of double packing, it may have this kind of like, oh well, it's going to get there in one piece because it has more protection. I think mentally, he's got more chance of getting damaged because of the way they treat it. So there is that side of it.
Also, the cardboard's up against foam, so if then it's pressured, the cardboard has a softness behind it to rip into. Do you understand?
It's not like what it is as well. Is say, for example, these aren't the exact measurements, but for example, the corners are like an inch of foam. The polystyrene is like 6/10 of an inch.
Gotcha.
So there's this space as well. So like only the corners are fully packed, and the rest of it there is this like space all over.
There's a
so
void.
If you dig it, it's just going to rip, and that's what kind of happens. And I think that when you have the art box with the polystyrene inside it, the art box, and then the shipper, there's nowhere for it to go to rip like that unless it's going to go right through to fucking all of it, and then it's fucked anyway. So I think it's like that kind of thing about there's a theory in like policing which is called like the broken windows, and it's about like it's a bit like that. It's about like when you have it was about
One
the
broke, yeah.
80s in the 80s with policing, where it was like if you go to an area and someone drops litter, it's then going to escalate into someone's then going to create graffiti, and then someone's going to break a window, and then someone's going to steal something, and then it just kind of escalates and escalates and escalates. So that's the theory about it. So then, if a fucking courier sees there's a dink in the side of the box, there's more chance they're just going to fucking chuck it all over the place. So for
Yeah.
me, it's a bit okay. I was thinking about it the other day, but anyway. Anyway, it wasn't damaged. So on the bright side, um, yeah, there's a negative space between the box and shipment. No, I totally agree. Nick Chesh in the house, how you doing?
Yep.
Finally got those books, Nick. They're over there. Remind me when you come over, George. I got your book. And you're, yeah, Nick says, was it Nick or Evan? One of them's like, yeah, Geo's a lucky guy for you giving it to him. And I'm like, yeah, yeah. I don't know if he knows that, but yeah. Do you think SS will make a brown and yellow version of the 1/3 Wolverine?
Yeah.
At the moment, there's a chance they'll make a quarter scale version if it sells with the way things
Right.
are
Yeah.
going.
That's yeah.
That's a
That's
whole
a
other
great
thing.
point.
We're gonna get
Great
onto
point
that
to
anyway.
make. Up.
We'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. But hey, so this guy over gigantic. He lives up to the name. He's about, I think, about 90 centimeters tall.
Same this
So
out so I can see it when I get over there.
yeah, unfortunately, I boxed it back up because it was just there's too many. Like if you look at, there's just too many things hanging off it, and I just thought to myself, I don't want to break one of these things. I'm just, yeah,
Piece of advice I'm going to give you though is make sure you get your room up before your son starts like really moving around. Before he's like 2,
yeah,
just because it's important that they learn. If you
no,
have like a 2-year-old child and you get all your room kitted out, he's not going to have a fucking clue, and he'll break your shit
yeah.
because he just won't have a clue. Like when they're little, like when
Well,
there's
I'm
this
hoping
there's this
to have it
there's
done.
this consciousness that they all of a sudden get. I don't know, like it's different in all of them, like what age it happens, but there's this consciousness of, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't touch that, or shit, you should be a
Yeah,
bit, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And it happens, and when it does, you want this shit already here, not like it to be, you know what I mean? So it is important because
Well,
I've
I
got to be
mean,
honest, I've got 3 sons, and I've had 1 breakage, and I've got a lot of pieces that are not like
yeah,
out, and I've had
yeah.
one George broken one thing once. That's it.
Well, that's the whole plan of having it all behind Perspex anyway. So,
Yeah, if you can
you know,
do it, it's a great thing to be able to like start
hopefully,
it off, for sure.
yeah, hopefully. So this is
This looks good,
me.
man.
Yeah.
This looks nice.
So yeah, I know no plan on getting it, and then Richard Hart basically sent me a link of some guy selling some pieces. I went on there and I was just like, oh, that's a good price for Aptom actually. And then Aptom wasn't the exclusive, and also he had a bit of damage. So I saw the gigantic, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to put it off a bid. So I put in a bid, and it got like it won. So I was like, okay, I guess I got that coming now. So now this is another one that's fucking up my display. So now, yeah, so now
I think
potentially,
he's this compared to the other Guyver.
well, if you look at the other Guyver, he's standing on top of
The roof.
Ramuth. So basically, and this guy is not, and he's still maybe 6 centimeters higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in terms of displaying them together, it's not going to look too crazy. That's good.
No, I mean he is quite a bit bigger, yeah. But I think
They'll pair
Guyver
well.
one is about 80. I think Guyver one is about 83 centimeters, and then I think, or maybe 80 centimeters, and then this one is like 89, maybe.
Yeah.
But again, he hasn't got the base and stuff he's
Send me more
standing on.
pictures of it.
I didn't take too many. I did some videos. So on the base as well, he's got the Hyperzorinoid fake um, So they have these hyperzoinas that fake the Guyvers. So this one like fakes the gigantic and it gets his head cut off. So yeah, there is another pose where he's got both his arms down as well, but I don't know if I've got a picture of that here. But yeah, and then that's the Zoinoid head.
Very cool.
Yeah. These pieces as well, in certain angles, they actually look like they're lit up. They don't have lights in them, but they capture the light really, really well. And yeah, these are like a not Mega Smasher, a shoulder cannon thing. And this is another thing which I fucking absolutely hate. I hate rebar statues. I fucking hate it with a passion. I don't know. Prime 1 really go overboard with it. XM do as well. I just think it's something that's like,
How to fill the
why?
negative space, isn't it?
It is, but it's also something like they don't. It's not so bad on this one, I guess, because it all goes up and it doesn't take up any space it doesn't need to. But I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
with certain ones, like I think with the Birdship Man, Anti-Venom,
yeah,
like I think he's got a couple that stick out really far and make it a lot
yes,
deeper. You just have to leave them off. And I think
yeah.
even Venom has as well. And it's just like, why? Just why do that? And they just do it with like steel girder,
My Juggernaut has
pipes.
them. My Juggernaut has loads of them going all the way around it, sticking out everywhere. Just like no,
Yeah,
so them all off. It's like nope,
yeah.
not using
Uh,
those.
Boxes back when Sideshow first started were not as big, even for larger pieces, and they arrived with no problems. With these giant boxes, I've received broken pieces. The only company with that I've actually got, I think I've actually got 100% success rate is XM.
Yeah, I have to.
I think I've got 100%.
I'm flawless record. I've never had a broken piece from XM Studios. No, never,
I think
ever,
the
ever.
only piece that I did have a broken piece with was no, that weren't me. No, that was I got a broken piece for Darren, didn't I? No, it was Scorpion. No. I don't think I did have a broken piece. A licensed company needs to make a statue with a lot of rebar for Alex to review. God, yeah. My Colossus I received the other day came with a hole in the shipper box and the art box. Thank fuck there wasn't anything broken. I think thanks to the black foam. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
I mean,
one. I think that's the Colossus I've got coming.
yeah. Then on to you, my friend.
Nah, nothing. I got the Loki in. I managed to take some pictures of him. Just scout through these quick. You know, this is quite an old piece. There's only about 200 of these in the world. I'm trying to pick up the odd bits and pieces when I can sort of find them. And thankfully, my mate David Cornetta helped me out with this one. I just like kind of like the greens in this. You know, like the faux
Yeah.
bronzes. I really enjoy have like the sort of color spectrum in there, and I really like this one. I like Loki. I don't like him enough to have like a proper massive quarter scale piece of him. You know, I do like him as a character. You know, obviously, but you know, I don't like him enough to give him. It's the same sort of thing as like Odin. You know, Odin's
Is
cool,
that
but
the
I can't
same
give him.
chalice as Mephisto? No.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Mephisto's got like he's got a cup. This I don't know what this is. This is like a horn. He's like drinking out of a horn
Yeah.
of an
It
animal.
could be because he's a Viking.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a horn. Whereas in like the Mephisto's like a proper like dragon chalice thing.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I mean, it's got a switch out as well with this one, where it's got the switch out. You can either have the horn, which is closer to the artwork, or you can have the sort of like
Has he got anything in it? Like, if you look in it, has he got
no,
anything?
there's nothing in it. No,
Because with Mephisto, he's actually got some stuff in there.
Mephisto's looks like blood. That's in his. It does look like blood.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, these are both fantastic. Mephisto again. See, there's the artwork. Mephisto again is sculpted by like Joseph Menan, and he done a fantastic job with that one as well. You know, so I've got a
Is
couple
that
of
the
little
artwork,
throne
do you
pieces.
think?
Huh?
Is that the artwork, do you think?
Yeah, that's the artwork. Yeah,
Because I thought it was this one. Is it the same one?
yeah, it's the same one.
Oh, okay, that's why then. Yours is a better, worse quality one. Okay. Because this
Yeah,
is,
it's
Silver Surfer number 4, when he
yeah,
fucks with
exactly.
4 and that. Yeah,
That's the artwork. It's just at the bottom of it's like cut off, just so you can just see the thing. But yeah, that's it. That's the one.
yeah.
But he's like
Cool.
leaning and go on. Let's get into this then.
All right, so
Let's
we're
get
going to
into
go on to the kind of XM stuff, but I don't really have all these in order and whatever else. But there's been all this stuff about speculation about XM being. I'm not reading. We're not reading. I'm not reading through this. I'm not very good under pressure reading out loud, and
You
or
get better
to
when you start
myself.
reading to yourself. Trust me,
But
you'll skim through this, no problem.
well, I mean, I've been reading Stickman quite a lot lately.
That's a great book.
Is it? I mean,
Nah, read,
Stickman's not that bad, but the
nah,
other one is quite
read
shit.
Charlie Cook's favorite book. That's a good read.
There's a lot of stuff like Oliver Jeffers where I read it and then I'm like, there's no point to that book. And there's
Oh yeah,
also like there's things in there where he basically this boy finds a penguin and then he goes to the North Pole to try and find the penguin's home. But the point is he gets inside an umbrella to go to the North Pole in this umbrella. And we're reading this book, and I'm like, do you really want to read this book to our son and encourage him to get in the fucking sea in an umbrella when we live on the coast? You fucking idiot! It's just like and then you like go through it. There's no real point to it at the end. But then like there was one where it was like the bear and the piano. I was like, and I read that one, and I'm like, well, that's actually got a point to it. It's about you know you
yeah.
have
But
to
the
practice
best
things.
the best moments is when your son lays next to you after you've read him a story. He says, "Dad, yeah, yeah. But what's the moral of that story?"
Yeah,
And then if it's a book that has none, you're just like, "Nah, that's just for fun, Jules. There's no moral than that." It's just for shits and giggles, man. And when they
yeah.
have a moral, you have a 10, 15-minute conversation about it. They're the best bits. Anyway, get onto this XM thing because everyone's getting it. I got a really good message earlier from someone I've never spoken to before, who basically reached out to me and he said to me, thank you for like all the things that you and Alex like do. Like, you're you boys. I can trust that you'll talk about this honestly and openly. And he basically said to me that he's like big XM supporter. He has like over 80 pieces, and he says he is done with XM. He won't buy another XM piece. He feels
Wow.
incredibly let down. And he asked me. He said to me, "How do you feel like about the distributors? Do they take any responsibility on this?" Because he reached out to many people regarding what's going on with XM, because there's a lot of talk about them being in a lot of financial trouble. They're just
Yeah.
about to go broke. They're having big problems. The mess with Jay that happened was not great. It didn't make them look good in any way. And then this is also the pre-order delays, massive delays that they're having. And he's reaching out to these distributors that he's obviously
Should
purchased.
we give a bit more? Hold on, should we give a bit more background before we go into?
I
Because
do want
like
to go through this
also,
question
so
first because
basically,
it's in my mind.
okay,
The guy said to me that he reached out to the distributors because he was concerned. And they basically shot back going like, yeah, XM are fine, don't worry. And he said like, what part do they take, will they take any responsibility if it was to go tits up? How much are they responsible? Like how much responsibility can fall sort of on their shoulders
yeah.
in regards to what they say, because they're still taking pre-orders and taking money and telling everybody that they're okay. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective that that he asked that question. And as we've seen with like Safik and other guys, they you live by the sword, you die by it. So
Well,
they should be
Satching's a
quite
different thing
careful.
because the company didn't go out of business, but he got greedy and he invested his money poorly. But like, if you look at companies like Aneri, which I don't know whether they're coming back or whatever happened,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Aneri, when they kind of put out their thing to say that they're in trouble or whatever, that they've people found out that they've gone bankrupt. Uh, um, Josh, which one's Josh's one? Is that Cosmic Chase or
yes.
the
I
one
think,
in America, like Josh Green or Joel
no,
Green?
he's not Cosmic Chase. Cosmic
He
Chase is
basically
Anton,
put
isn't
out
it?
and said, "Look, No, that's Bentel. Cosmic
Oh,
Chase is
Ben
Bentel.
yeah. Go on.
Cosmic Concepts or Comic Concept. Well, anyway, his thing was that he said basically he gave all the money back to people, so
Mm.
he took responsibility for it. Cosmic Concept. Thank you, Cole. And then the other thing as well is even I've seen Todd say, if you've got pre-orders with me, I will make it right. So there are
Safe
distributors out there
places.
who will, and they do have a position in the community where they don't want to lose that. But there's going to be smaller companies who can't afford to do that. So
Yeah,
it is a really tough one. You had an Amagami who
yeah,
basically they were a distributor and they went out of business. So basically they took pre-orders for a lot of things. They didn't pay people back. They took the money. They went bankrupt into liquidation. They don't have to pay people back. They've gone.
yeah.
They take the money. They go. That's how it works, unfortunately. So yeah, it's tough. Just make sure that if you do pre-order from someone, it's someone trusted and it's not someone who's, you know, just someone who just does the pre-orders or for, a bunch of people who pops up online and someone you can actually trust like a proper store. Um, sorry, just going back onto this though, this is so basically what happened is it all started with someone posting like a piss take post from XM because there was no responses from XM. So they posted like a joke saying basically, we are, um, we're here, but we're not doing anything, and blah blah. And someone kept on posting these like fake XM messages. But then
Yeah,
during the same time, this is where it got a bit confusing for people because during the same time there was an announcement where there was a raid basically in China,
yeah.
and it was an XM storeroom warehouse. And what happened is the factory weren't getting paid by XM. The factory weren't getting paid. Um, and I don't know the logistics of this, but this is the story. So, when you're in business as well, it's not as simple as this costs 100,000, you pay 100,000, you pay installments, you pay bits and pieces here and there. Then it's not as black and white as paying it all at once or whatever. Anywho, so they felt like XM were taking the piss. So they
Mhm.
they they needed to pay their staff, needed to pay their bills. So they raided the storeroom, took stock, which I've been told was only a few items, which weren't allocated for people. It was stuff which has been in storage, allegedly.
Yeah.
So no one's pre-orders are going to be affected by it because it's stock, which is just there waiting to be allocated to people. And it was all like
Allegedly, though.
ghost, allegedly.
Allegedly. We're very
It was all
careful
like
with this because remember
Ghost
this
Rider
comes from
and
the higher ups at XM. At the end of the day, this is what that we've been told. So whether or not that's true, we'll just wait and see. But allegedly, this is the case.
oh, this is what we meant. This is the story, yeah. And so then what happened is they raided that. Since then, so they went straight on to basically the videos. What he says in Chinese is or Mandarin or whatever it is. He goes, "Hey, this will be for sale on my TikTok." That's what he says on his
Yeah,
basically on the video in Chinese. And then
yeah.
they sold them on Chinese in Chinese TikTok, and basically to recoup some money. Obviously, XM put out some statements which whoever is doing their PR needs to stop. Whoever is
No, they
putting
used to have
together
somebody good, if I
their
remember right.
PR
They had
needs to
somebody. They
have
had somebody
another
good.
role. Well, anyway, they need to read their things better because what happened was their first post that came out was in response to. So this was before the raid. The first response that come out was in response to this fake message, and it
Jokey
came
stuff.
across
Yeah,
as really, really arrogant, really hard, like
yeah,
really like cunty and arrogant. And
yeah,
it just when I read it, I was like, "Is this another fake message that someone's writing
yeah.
to respond to their own message as a joke?" and I
Yeah.
read it, and it was all like, um, if we don't have any updates, we think actions speak louder than words, and you'll see the updates when you see them, or something like that. It was something like really like, yeah, we'll do it
Sure.
when we do it, and you'll see
Yeah.
it when it happens. And if we
Like,
don't have anything to say, we're going to keep quiet. And it was just
yeah.
like but the way that it was written was like horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Yeah, then the raid happened. They put out another post, which again was questionable, um, because it was all, obviously they need to address it, but it was just, I mean, like, I don't know who they're getting to do this. It's just a fucking mess. Anyway, so this is one which is about uh, the raid. So I don't know if you've read that anyway. I'm not reading out loud. So this is where it's gone on live streams. They've sold their stuff and da 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 da. Um, oh no. This then is them saying they apologise for. Sorry, it's gone all small. Apologise for the delays. This one is actually a reworded one, which
Yeah.
is a bit better. Which actually was an email that went out to people. This one then, it's the same one. This is the long-winded one, which is the apology from the factory. We received a letter of apology from the factory involved. Da, 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 da. So they've actually apologized and said that they're sorry they've done this or whatever else. Due to our poor management operation, we failed to properly handle the disputes and conflicts with our suppliers, employees, and internally in a timely manner. Blah blah blah. When our company was desperate, we took extreme and bad behaviour for entering the warehouse. Anyway, so like, I'll scroll through it. You can read that. That's like an apology from the factory, and that's them like addressing it. But it's just the whole thing is, I mean, obviously raised questions, and there is actually a poll. We understand the word. Da, da, da. So then that's sorry, just go through all this stuff because it's all screenshots of random shit. This actually is a poll that happened in RaddTitan by Lawrence. Thanks, Lawrence. And I think he was actually on here today, wasn't he? As Top Chippy. I think it's
Yeah.
the same guy. This is over 100. This is where this is like I think it was about 150 people when I saw it last. So, you know, this is just a fall. Has XM's recent troubles put anyone off pre-ordering? The wait for deposit to delivery, the wait for deposit to delivery within the statue collecting is like nothing else, and a couple of their companies are in trouble, worry for sure. So now this has created like a lot of people are worried. Obviously, Chris Hayward gets involved and is a dick, as always. But yeah, so a lot of
I'll
people
take
are
him
like
anywhere.
worried. I mean, this is like I think it was about 78% of people saying, yeah, they're worried about pre-ordering now. So, yeah,
The thing is, like, and there's no really way of scooting around this fact, and that is that all of the noises that come out about XM are in regards to them not fucking paying people. All the same
yeah,
allegations and points made is that they're not paying people, which is a fucking concern. Because you can talk about how it happened at the factory and how they behaved and their apology, but it stems from them not being paid.
yeah,
And it's the same fucking noise all the time. I'm not surprised people are worried, because what you don't want to be hearing about a company is that they're not paying people.
yeah,
You don't want to be hearing, even if it's a rumor, conjecture, fucking lie, I don't care. But you don't want the same conjecture all the time. If the same rhetoric is they're not paying their staff, they're not paying their people, they're not paying their partners, they're not paying their factories, if that is the same fucking thing that keeps being mentioned, people are going to fucking start panicking.
Well, there's always the thing about it as well is it's like it's a spiral and it's a downward spiral. So I mean, like when you get this kind of publicity in a negative way, people are
Yeah.
going to pull back. And at this time as well, I don't think people need much of an excuse not to buy from you, like in general, not
Yeah.
from XM. And I think as people
Anyone.
just, yeah, that's what I'm not. I mean, I just said you as in
Yeah, of
royal.
course.
Yeah.
The royal.
So I mean, like when you like have that thing there going, well, they might be going bankrupt. So do you want to pre-order? And all these rumors and speculation, that's going to then create them to get less money coming in. So it's going to
Causes
just
their
then
own
create
problems.
more problems,
Yeah.
and more problems. And again, with them having the gallery, which is an amazing place, I absolutely love the gallery. It's it's
Expensive.
basically just draining money. It's just like hemorrhaging money. I know they got their offices there and things like that, but it's an expensive place. Um, there's also a rumor that they've sold they had a statue on the entrance, which was like a life size Batman
Yeah.
samurai
Yeah.
shogun, and a Batman shogun like on the entrance. That they've sold it, so that wasn't meant to be a piece to sell. It was
Sellable
meant to be
asset.
there in the office. So that's a bit like, okay, do you need money that bad? Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a massive concern. It really is a big concern.
It is, and especially in the day and age of how things are really tough in this market anyway. To have
Yeah.
this now hanging over the top, having all these things about, you know, you're not delivering things within a timely manner, that's going to create more uh, panic and more people wanting their money back or more people not putting any more money into you. So you're going to need more and more investment, and then it's just going to be it's just a horrible spiral. It's really a
Yeah.
horrible spiral. Also, they're not going to be at Singapore Comic Con this year, so then that's that. You know, they were there last year. They weren't there the year before, and I think when they weren't there the year before, there was then rumors about money. Then they're not there this year. You know,
Do
it
you
is
think
a
that,
very
do you
expensive con.
think that decision to stop going to cons and open your own gallery was a good decision?
I think on paper, it probably was. And I think like, you if it was presented in a certain way to board members and things, yeah, I think it would have been something that could have really, really been capitalized on.
I think they should
But
charge people to get in there.
no, no. I think the main problem I believe is the fact that what it is I mean, I like Singapore Comic Con is really expensive, like
Yeah.
really expensive
Yeah.
compared to
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
Comic Cons. It's held in Marina Bay Sands, which is one of the premier hotels in the world.
Yeah.
And you've got this location. Singapore's expensive anyway,
Yeah.
so if you take that away, that's a good like few $100,000
Yeah. Yeah.
dollars to do that. And then like on top of that, it's just like you have this thing all year round, which you're in control of. If you market it properly and you can get like you can arrange trips and you can arrange things in a way of doing it well, it could have been very profitable and very they could have made good sales from it. But I don't think they capitalized from it. They haven't done events there. They haven't done all these things that they should have been doing. It's a huge space, and they have other areas which are big, massive areas there as well that they can bring in. They can do corporate events. They can do all these things there. They have a studio. They should be pumping out videos for their social media left, right, and center. All of these things, and they're just like their studio. When I went there last time, it's a storeroom. They've just filled it up with boxes. So they've got a studio, but they don't use it. And it's just like you've just wasted this whole opportunity, which you know you've spent a lot of money
Is
on
that
it.
not more concerning?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
of
that's
course,
more concerning to
of
me.
course.
Is that they have all the tools, and it's like basically, in a geo fucking non political answer, what you're talking about there is you're basically saying that you fucking got a chimpanzee driving a Ferrari. That's what you're saying to me. You're saying to me you've got all the
Well,
fucking muscle, all the fucking tools, all the fucking stuff to do, and it's not being done right.
I think
Like
one of
right,
the biggest, one of
and
my, one of my,
that's Do you know what this is? I can't help but feel that the
Wait,
fucking
one of my biggest concerns and one of my biggest like issues, I guess, with XM is I really like Ben. I really like Sang. I like all the guys Clay as well. Um, what I do find is though that they are kind of too loyal to people, whereas they have a team of individuals doing things and not doing certain things well. They kind of hang on to them for too long. And I think there
okay,
are certain people, like for example, their marketing team is absolutely dreadful. Their marketing team, when I was there, they just didn't listen to anything. They weren't open to anything. They thought they knew everything, and it's still the same people there. Whenever you see an XM pre-order, it's exactly the same format that they were using 6 years ago, 7 years ago,
yeah,
and
that's a
they don't
concern.
understand why they're
Let's
not
change it.
they're not getting more. Like, why are we not increasing our pre-orders? If they have this problem as well, and even Adib was guilty of it, and I had to like have a good word with him several times about it. And I don't, I think it's just one of those things. It's like when Singapore in 2015, 16 was shit hot. Everything coming out of Singapore was shit hot. You had XM, you had even Connecticut's was doing really well, and you had HMO, and you had I think someone else as well, but I can't remember. But anyway, and they're all selling like, off like hotcakes. And I think what it is, the problem is that gives them this false sense of security that they can just make something and it will sell. It's like they have this kind of field of dreams belief about everything now. We build it, they will come. And times have changed. Things have changed, and you need to adapt. And they don't. They're not adapting to it all. And that's why they're struggling.
Yeah,
I've had these conversations as well, and it just goes over their head. You try and talk to them about maybe you should try this, or maybe what about that? Yeah, that's not XM. That's not this. That's not. It's just like okay, it's frustrating, but
well,
yeah,
I mean, I'm feeling for all the people out there at the minute that are waiting on their pre-orders for so long.
yeah.
I mean, I'm thinking about their customers. I mean,
I just
what
keep
you don't
struggling trying to
realize
work
is
through.
your the people that you're upset today are the people that don't pre-order tomorrow. You know what I mean? You got to think about this long term. If you're not delivering, you're delaying, and the communication is just not there. It makes people very uncomfortable. And the sort of like the distributors who are just like, yeah, everything's okay. At the end of the day, if these fucking guys if they go bust, their names are going to be fucking thrown in with them. So I think they need to be very fucking careful, and I think they need to find out what exactly has gone on over there, and that's some serious, frank discussions because they're going to bring just as much shit. Because if that shit goes down, all of them fucking guys that are fucking pushing XM fucking products, they're going to be thrown in with a shark. They're going to be in there with them.
Yeah,
So need to make sure that they're fucking finding out what's going on before they start telling people it's all fucking going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Just give me, fucking buy this and buy that and buy the other. We were offered like loads of times to fucking help, like to take pre-orders for XM. We just never wanted to touch that. And this is
I was
exactly
offered.
this. This is exactly what.
I was offered to set up like a UK store. They were going to rent me a premises, and then going to be like a UK location. And they said, "Oh, we'll get you work." Because at the time I was moving, and they were like, how much would it be for you to get a big house where you could store this, you could do that, you could do that?" And I go, rent wise, it will cost like 5-6 grand a month to have something that big in the location I'm in and pay my bills and whatever. And they were like, okay, we'll sort that out. Never happened. It was all talk. But then, it was always like, yeah, but then once I sign a contract, you need to pay a year in advance because I'm not like having my fucking name and then being like left in the lurch. Never happened
Yeah.
anyway. Never happened.
Luckily, it didn't. I mean, yeah, I've got to be honest. It would have, if that had been a venture that happened, it would have been you on your own because I've never fucking agreed to any of that. I would, maybe like like a store, like an actual shop. Definitely that, but not like in any way that I would be responsible for fucking pre-order. If the company goes bust, it's just a fucking scary place to be because you're going down with that fucking shit.
You need some kind of business insurance to kind of cover it. And
Yeah, make sure that nobody goes out of pocket. I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Ross Carter in the house, how you doing? Hope you're good. Let me just catch up on some of these messages as there'll be some questions there. As a retailer or a distributor, if you know there's a problem with a company or a potential fire starting to get bigger, yet just offering pre-orders, we stopped selling anything XM in US years ago. Yeah. Well, obviously as well, you need to deal with Secret Compass or the other one, GFX, and they're not too good to deal with, are they? So that's the problem there. And yeah, I wouldn't kind of like they're a pain in the ass. And then that's the thing is they go directly through them. I think even Todd has to go through them for certain things. Sorry, Marco, my mind went blank there. I feel about happier if they said what is cancelled and updated shipping dates. Yeah, I mean, I know there was
you're asking for communication, which is a fair response. You're asking for clarity and communication, which is what they should be giving you as an absolute minimum.
I think there was a thing about someone saying like, well, if you're doing well, why are you cancelling products? Because they did mention in one of them, we'll be putting out a post to say what is the updated shipping list and the updated cancellations. A lot of companies have cancellations in this, especially now, and I would expect like something like that. Bane is probably going to get cancelled. Unfortunately, that Bane came out like 6 years after the Sideshow one and looked fucking much worse. And it's just how can you go from that to anyway. Any ideas on the XM Godzilla Space Godzilla statues? No idea, my friend. No idea. Yep. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Even Prime One or Queen or anything Asia right now is a risk to the United States. Costs are multiplying. Distributors are shady, and the companies do not support us via email, calls, or communications. Well, I heard a lot of the replacement parts are a fucking nightmare at the moment. If knowing this and still offering pre-orders from these companies, I'm in the same fault, in my opinion, for sure. It's good to be upfront about it, honest. Yo, I got 11 XM Studio statues here. Love them. Their quality is way up there. I hope they get back at it. But if this is a point, they would need to rebrand, most likely. Gladly zero pre-os now. Yeah, I got zero with them as well.
You see, I mean, you read that comment, and you read that comment, you understand the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem right there.
Well,
they're a good company. They make good stuff. I've got zero pre-orders.
Yeah.
The last part of that sentence is the fucking issue.
Yeah.
They're great and they're this and they're the other, but I ain't got no pre-orders. You've got no pre-orders. I've got no pre-orders. People are not buying. It's problematic.
Well, I've got I've got one actual pre-order.
You have
one.
What
I
is
think one or two, maybe two. Have I got two?
Is it somebody else's kit?
No. I've got the Rusty Angel for pre-order.
No, I meant XM, you idiot.
Oh no, XM.
Stay on the fucking course, you fucking hippie.
No, I thought you meant you have zero.
Put your fucking crystal down, shave your beard, and pay attention. Fucking hell. Talking about XM pre-orders, XM particular. No one has any.
Yeah, XM PR response has recently been piss poor. Laughed my arse off. That old friend of the channel, anal rag shit. Yeah. Oh, dude, the XM. I feel really bad about that guy, man. When it anal, I thought it was anal shit rag, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure that is his name.
How you doing? Stuck on the phone. This background's for you, my friend. Paulie's hideouts. That bothers me. I really hope they don't cancel Galvatron. Been looking forward to that statue for a long time. Any ideas? Oh, sorry, yeah, we did get to this one a minute ago, but afraid we don't know anything about their gaming with dummies. I hear that a lot, Paulie. people waiting on Galvatron. I think Galvatron though is quite a bit in the process of actually being
Yeah,
developed. So I don't want to
it's
say
further
it,
along,
but
isn't it? It's much
I
further
think
along.
I think Galvatron might be one of the ones you should be quite
Confident.
confident about, but don't quote me on that. Having 3 pre-orders with them, 2 partially paid, 1 fully paid for what it looks like some potential grails. Sure hope they don't grind up. Which ones you got?
Dude, so do we.
They
The
need to get
last
back to
thing
the
that
market.
anybody needs
Yeah,
is XM Studios going under. Believe me,
yeah, but they
they
need to
make
get you
some
back on the.
fantastic pieces, and they have like bulletproof shipping, and they're fucking. If you have a problem, they're actually pretty good. But they. The problem is, man, it's like Alex was talking about earlier. There's just things that need to be rectified fairly quickly in that place, and they need a better PR team in there, and they need somebody on the comms, man. They need somebody fucking shit on the comms, letting people know
Joe
where
is,
they're at, what's coming on, what's going on, where we're at, open and transparent, and fucking letting everybody can't like fucking panic to subside. At the moment, these arrogant responses are not what the community needs and not
yeah.
what their customers need at this time. So they
Well,
need to
it's almost
fucking
like
fix up a bit.
J&D learned from that as well. J&D learned from them kind of responses and put out the apology, didn't they? They were doing those kind of arrogant responses, and it just doesn't cut it. Just don't cut it.
Due to business.
I wouldn't go back to XM. I don't think anyway. I think it's too far along at the moment. Not at this point in time, anyway. XM marketing should have their own version. They have the thing is, Paulie. They have the facility to do it. They have the equipment to do it. They have a studio. They have a gallery with every piece they've ever made, and they have the equipment to film it.
Can you imagine
And
if me and you were in there, Al? Can you imagine? We'd
yeah,
review every fucking piece they had. We'd just get every video out of everything all
yeah,
the time.
yeah. Well, I
It
think
would
I
be
did it.
flooded. Their social media would be flooded with stuff. It'd be
Think
everywhere.
I did a short for every for every piece they had in the gallery.
Just
It lasted me for a year and a
not
half.
making enough of their fucking tools, like I said, man.
Yeah, agreed. Probably with the XM showroom, they could have had their own version. They could easily, with that showroom, they could have like so many different. And then they got a whiskey lounge at the back, which is fucking awesome. Do you think
Yes.
XM is trying to make too many centerpieces? This is what
Yes.
this is something 100% Leon,
Yes.
100%. Um, we've said this several times actually, is where
And for them.
if you were to take if you were to say give me every company and give me their top 10 or 15 showstopper pieces, give me 10, 15 of them for every company that's around, including Sideshow, which has been around for 30 years. If you took XM's pieces, I think they would blow every company's out the water. If you had like these big kind of like centerpieces of them. I'm not talking about just like all like museum poses statues or individual statues. I'm talking about these big pieces like the Batman Sanity, the Hulk transformation. You can get that in there.
Hulkbuster.
The Sentinel diorama, the Hulkbuster, the war tanks. All these things like this. And I think the problem is XM tries too hard to continue to do this. And this is one of the things I did say, to Ben a long, long time ago is, you have these amazing designs for the Samurai line. You have this absolutely killer like line here. A lot of people don't want to invest in it because it's not
Big.
the actual Batman and it's not this or that, and they're too big. They're just
Too
huge
big.
pieces. So what you do is you take these and you make 1/6 scale museum pieces for them, and you would get people going, "Now, I like the Batman Samurai, but I can't justify it. But I can justify 1/6," and I think that they would have sold really, really well. They tried to do it afterwards with the Batman family, and you got the switch out with the Samurai and the Shogun, and that Shogun piece, like on his own, where it's on his knee or whatever, they could have done that as a one piece, and that would maybe have sold. You could do with these individual pieces as a museum, and it goes back to that old Bowen design stage of his idea was to make these pieces which are easier to display, so you have more of them on your shelf. So you have return customers who keep coming back to buy more, and you keep them at a good price. But XM just do it so it's let's make this massive piece, let's make this huge piece, let's do this, this.
Yeah,
There's
but
only so many of those you could display. You can't display them like 10 of
I
those.
think also as well, it's clinging to the identity of who you think you are. It's like we talked about it earlier. That's not
You
XM.
need to evolve in this time. You need to evolve.
You need to be fluid. That's correct. Museum pieces are coming more in at the moment. People becoming a little bit more spatial aware and more conscious about how much real estate they're giving. So you've got to adapt, and you've got to be more fluid. And your identity doesn't need to be so rigid. Which is like, if you're not making a showpiece, it's not an XM piece. That is incredibly short-sighted. The right thing is, you know what? XM Scorpion, that ain't a showpiece.
Yeah.
XM Moon Knight is not a showpiece. They're still great statues, and XM have done loads of them. Unfortunately, they are getting a little bit hung up on the fucking next biggest, baddest fucking tick every box showpiece centerpiece thing, and there just isn't enough market out there for that.
I do think their Iron Man is actually a very nice showpiece.
Oh, it is. There's no question about it. But we're not talking about qualities here.
And then they fucked up on that again with the way that they publicized it. They went out with a fucking render, which was a terrible render, to take a pre-order when they had a convention in Thailand a week later with the piece. And it was just like, why don't you wait 1 week, get your pictures, get someone like Art to attend. He's in fucking Thailand. Get him to take some decent pictures. Get him to do this, do that, whatever, and bang. But they just went up with this really bad, and I think the edition size is going to be really low because of that. Did they need to get rid of the store? Probably, unfortunately. I clocked the background, dead cool. I've been in a Bowen. I call it the Bowen bunker at the moment. Robin King symbiote transformer RC to go with the Soundwave. Okay, symbiote transformation is really nice. Robin King, actually, I had the prototype here for a little while. Really nice. Oh, actually, Robin King, is that? Oh, no. Oh, anyway, I don't know which one that is now. Robin King. I don't think that's the one I'm thinking of. But yeah, cool. Eastern Canuck SG Yo-Yo Boys. We're still going, having a morning coffee. I think that's Tyler. Changed his name there. Then again, having these great grand designs, that's what makes the statues unique and premium. Plus, a low edition size adds to the true collectible aspect. But I don't think the actual the low edition size isn't what they want. It's just what's happening because of how many people can buy them.
As a company, you can't survive on that. You can't just have that in your locker. You need more. Look at the moment. Look at what Sideshow are doing as we speak right now. Sideshow are doing this. This is what Sideshow are doing. Man Bat. What the fuck is that? They're doing Man Bat. They're doing Penguin. They're doing Riddler. They're not massive, gigantic, huge pieces, show pieces, but they're doing them. They're getting out of volume, and they're getting out all kinds of random characters, and they're hitting all kinds of scales, and they're turning around and going, "Oh, you know that fucking Mythos that we did very well. All right, well, we're just going to make that quarter scale now."
Yeah, that's a whole conversation. Don't go into that yet.
I'm not getting into that because I'm going to have to go in a minute. But my point I'm trying to make is that they are being so fluid that they're trying to tick every fucking box and dot every I and cross every T. They don't care whose toes they're stepping on. They're trying to get a piece of every kind of pie they can get their fucking hands into. They're going for obscure characters, low edition sizes, dioramas. They're fucking hitting all kinds of fucking shit now. And they understand
XM would be better off doing a 1/6 scale statue. The more obscure characters from Marvel and DC that have hardly or never been done before. That's what the funny thing is, because that's what actually they started off kind of doing, and they were the company where people had confidence that they would finish the line, and that's kind of how they got rolling as well. I PO'd the symbiote transformation based on your review, Alex, so I blame you if they go under. Thanks, man. Preacher Geo, Omar in the house.
God bless you, man. Thanks,
yo.
man.
How you doing, brother?
What does he say? Read his fucking comment. It's a fucking...
Good morning, boys. Simple statue always wins at the end.
He's got a fucking serious point there. He's been collecting museum pieces for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it always seems to make its way back round again. It's exactly right.
Main thing they need to realise is not everyone collects the same. No, of course.
No.
Agreed.
No.
Studios need to sell as much as they can, because usually royalties towards Disney and Warner Brothers are expensive. And it's up front as well. That's what people don't know about a lot of it, is Warner Brothers, they want like a big fucking chunk of change up front. A big chunk of change. Preach space is a huge concern for me. Gone deep into Iron Studios 1/10. Their handiwork has gotten the better every year. Yeah, they do some great stuff.
You see how what's happened there is you've adapted and adjusted due to your personal needs. Now, if XM, for example, had those boxes to tick, you would have bought that from them. They don't. The smaller scale stuff, they don't really touch it.
Yeah.
So here's the this is the point. Your net is not wide enough. And you're clinging to an identity that's gonna kill you. You understand me?
Drowned.
Pride kills people. You want to sit there and say, this is who you are. Well, great. We'll look through the record books and we'll remember all the great shit you did when you fucking don't exist anymore. You're going to have to widen that net and adapt and be a hell of a lot more fluid to survive in this industry. And say what you want about Sideshow, they fucking know how to do it.
Yeah, of course.
They know how to do it. Say what you want about them, love them, hate them, fucking fanboy or not. They know how to do it. They're a fish that know how to survive in all kinds of water. They're fucking pleco, them cunts. They can survive in any water that isn't poison. XM are going, nah, getting in there. That's not us. We're just like, hey, enjoy the drought, son. And that's the problem. That's where we're at.
Yeah. What do you want to do then? Do you want to carry on a little bit?
No, I'm going to have to, I'm hearing loads of crying and shit upstairs. What is it we want to cover next? We're like maybe 2 hours into this chat, really.
We'll just go over a few little bits. Let me see. So there's some stuff. Oh, that's quite long. That's quite a lot of that stuff. That's no, there's quite a bit there, actually. Well, it goes into like Shanghai stuff.
Okay. Well, let's cover next week. We'll go into some of the Sideshow stuff that we need to talk about, and then we'll go into maybe the Shanghai stuff then, because we want to get on it more regularly. This is the problem: when you've been off for a few weeks and you get into the first chat, it can turn into a 4-hour special, and it's just too much.
Yeah, no,
I want to be more consistent. I want to go on every week. I want to do around about 90 minutes and then get the fuck off each week. Little cover some bits and then get back on again.
Yeah. All right? Yeah. Oh no, definitely. That's the thing as well. Is now I know that the internet is holding up. Then get Batman Statue Collector on. Better save the Sideshow chat for next time. Yeah. Get Batman Statue Collector on. He's your favorite, Stucker. God. All right.
We all need someone to take, don't we?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. All right, guys. Thanks, everyone, and huge thanks to Todd at Spec Fiction. Peace out.
We'll be on next week, and we'll catch up. We're going to cover some Sideshow stuff, and we've got some other bits to do. But the XM thing went on for a bit of a while. It's a complicated subject with a lot of opinion. Yeah, thanks for all the fantastic questions today. There were some great questions in there, and we always enjoy touching base with you each week.
Kind of cancel this. Yeah, again, I love the guys over there, but they just need to do better. It's like that Joey Schwartz is just do better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. But like I think you said it yourself. It's the tough decisions. The loyalty and pride. At the end of the day, it could be very costly. So you need the right people, the best people in the place.
yeah.
And I don't think they have best in class anymore. I wish they
Uh,
did, but they don't. They need best in
oh, we
class.
were going to get on to the Transformer piece by Martin as well, which he was a big loss for XM. He was a massive loss.
There's been a few really big ones, but
Well, obviously Brian Tan, that's our other thing as well.
massive, massive. He's massive to lose.
Detrimental. That was detrimental.
But
Anyway,
I think that might, if anything, is going to be like the fucking. I think he's something. He's very, very talented, smart.
I think the only way to kind of get them back on track is to get him back in.
Yeah,
I think that probably be the only way to do it is to get Brian Tan back in.
A lot
But again, with the because there's a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes I won't go into, but yeah,
you're not wrong though. I mean, he's like he's special.
Yeah.
I've been I was there, and around that in his prime, and he's razor.
Yeah,
he's razor sharp, and when you're around him, he's just like basically a fucking walking closet full of ideas.
he's the thing as well. He's attentive to everyone around him as well, and he just knows everything as well. He picks up on all these things, and some of the like when you just in passing, you'll have a conversation with him. You'll remember some little thing about something, and you'll just be like, "Oh yeah, Jesus, that's a great pickup from that." He's a great guy. Yeah.
You lose good people, you suffer, don't you, at the end of the day. But more importantly, the most important thing is that we just hope that they, recover, and they, this sort of shit doesn't keep following them about, this non-paying thing and this fucking sort of all these videos and stuff. And they've shaken up the industry over the last 7-8 years. So, we want them to be out there putting the competition, because, without competition, iron sharpens iron. If you don't have it, you're fucked.
Well, there's a lot of people like we wouldn't have probably seen flourish without XM. Daniel Bell and Caleb F. There's so many artists out there. Great artists.
So but hopefully this is not the end, and it's just a sticky point, and they'll get over it. That's what we all hope for. That's what we all want, because the industry would be a worse place without them. So
sure.
Get your fucking shit together. Stop letting the chimpanzees drive the Ferraris, and get the right people in place and get best in class. Start going after it. Start getting after it. And we'll cover some more shit next week. Thanks everyone for all the great questions and for being with us, man. Sorry it's a bit long-winded, but it's quite a lot to unpack, and we've been off for about like 5 weeks, 6 weeks, something stupid like that. So
All right.
Anyway, God bless. Take care.
All right.
Have a fantastic weekend.